feels extremely comfortable. As it stands, though, it is Splyce with a 2-1 lead. Optic Gaming's back is truly against the wall. Can they level up the series here in Hardpoint London Docks?
All right, off the start, let's see what both these teams can do. Can Optic Gaming fight back and tie the series up? Or is it going to be the European veterans of Splyce walking away with the victory here? We're watching Karma off the start as it's Scump taking down Jerd. Looks like so far it's shaping up to be a good start for Optic Gaming as they find two, and they're starting to fight for control of Statue.
Early kills already coming through. Optic Gaming now trying to secure some early hill time as well. Looking at the perspective of Crim, just trying to put down some shots. Of course, already working towards those streaks. Bance needs to be careful here because you don't want to feed Crim. Now just 200 away from the fighter pilot already. And bear in mind, we're, what, 15, 16 seconds in the game?
Yeah, you get Crim fired up, you get Crim some streaks, and that's going to spell a recipe for disaster for Splyce. As Madcap from the back, he's able to find the kill there onto Karma. And
Crim's
it's
alive.
nice. Yeah, nice to see Splyce, still thinking about that future hardpoint. Crim, he's got some streaks to work with here, so this is going to help Optic Gaming in this upcoming hardpoint.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if he wants to try and use them immediately to break the setup, because Bance is going to be back here. Crim's going to spot him instead, tries to challenge with his weapon instead of the streaks. Bance locking down those spawns. Of course, you have Madcat there at back bus as well. So Splyce set up nicely here for a second hill, but look at that. Someone spawning out. That's going to be Jerd spawning lower docks. Yeah,
so if Jerd spawns out there, that means that Optic Game is going to be fighting like through the middle map, through dock side of the map. I wouldn't be surprised to see Crim, use a streak here to try to streak out the anchor, or use it to just circumvent the anchor and fight through the front.
I will say, if Jerd had watched his kill cam there, as soon as the hill would have popped, he probably would have spawned back bus with his teammate, but it looks like it may be okay here for Splyce. They still have control of back bus, and more importantly, the spawns. 39 seconds left. It's going to be Bance looking to push through.
It's a bloodbath so far as kills being exchanged. There's one player left alive here for Splyce. It's going to be Bance, able to find one. They line up for him, but they're able to take him down now with less than 30 seconds remaining. I think Splyce, you should be all right giving up these final few seconds because you want to rotate super early over to docks because that's a money hill here on London Docks.
And here's the issue, right? You have Optic Gaming picking up, what, 25, 30 seconds of scrap time. They've already rotated over towards dock side of the map. If they'd have held that, Splyce could have been in some serious trouble spawning way, way out. Instead, though, Splyce will fight for the scrap time and they will secure it as well. But as I said, John, you already have Optic Gaming set up in low docks.
Yeah, now that we're in transition over towards docks, these kills on rotation are going to be huge for Optic Gaming to get. Each kill they get, they push Splyce further and further back on the map. Even though Crim falls there over near fire, he gets some key information. He knows that the majority of players of Splyce are going to be fighting from the crane side of the map. So now you see the arrows on Optic Gaming, they can start to turn their attention over towards the street side of the map, and Scump has a chance here to make a big play in the game.
Definitely does. Kills once again coming in Optic Gaming's favor. Scump being sneaky, just like Scump does. Two more players going to be pushing over towards him. Bance will shut him down. Bear in mind, Crim still with those first two streaks. He got them in the first hill of the game. Hasn't decided to use them just yet. Admittedly, hasn't really had a prime opportunity to use them and put them to good use whatsoever. Bance, though, will challenge the hill. Crim shuts down one. Nicely done. Instantly traded. Back and forth action here on London Docks.
Yeah, Crim seems to be one saving grace here for Optic Gaming in this hardpoint. 14-7. And while all these interactions are going down, it was Formal soaking up time inside the hardpoint. Now battle for the anchor. Jerd comes around, takes down Formal. Kills being exchanged as we're moving over to Beer. Now less than 10 seconds remaining on the docks. Hardpoint, it's Bance set up early, but here comes Formal from the back, takes him down.
And it's going to be Splyce that we're going to have to kind of fight through mid-map. You're looking at essentially at Bance. Can he find that kill mid-map? No, he can't. Optic Gaming now really starting to shift into a different gear. 4 kills come through in quick succession, and Splyce have no answer.
And because Crim's finding so much success with the assault rifle early on, it allows for Karma to make plays like this, aggressively pushing out the cuts. Splyce, they're not expecting Karma to just be holding back inside fire here, putting pressure down near the statue side of the map. This is looking really good for Optic as they're starting to build a bit of a lead.
34 seconds still left here in Beer. We'll see if Optic Gaming are going to be able to pick it all up. Instead, the challenge comes through from Splyce. They didn't want to give up that much time, and they should be able to take control of it as well, just trying to reduce the deficit. But Optic Gaming still being a nuisance here for Splyce, not giving anything away for free. Formal wisely backs away.
But this is fine. If you look at the minimap, Crim's already set up for the next hardpoint. They have early position to work with. Crim does use a glide bump, but he still has a fighter pilot to work with here. And as well as Crim is playing, that's great, but he can't be the only one. Right. You need somebody else from Optic Gaming to step on up in this game and rise to the occasion.
I mean, you talk about how well Crim's playing. 16-8, a minute 3 hill time. He really is doing it all. He was the only player as well with streaks, used them. And now, of course, for Splyce, they're looking to try and get
Karma knew Bance is there. He was looking for him around so many different parts of that dock side of the map, and now it's going to be Splyce searching on forward. The crane hardpoint spawning up as Scump. Going to push down from the crane stairs, trying to lay down, playing cover. Of course, he's been spotted. Still finds the call. The Mad Guy pops up, takes down Tommy as well. And here we go, Scump on a force speed. This is the exact player you want to heat up for Optic Gaming.
Yes, it is. Those 30 final seconds left of Doc's Crane looking good to go to Optic Gaming. Splyce mid-map, Scump finds yet another. Finally does get traded. Now looking at Optic Karma, should have one there. The assist comes through. Unfortunately, Formal will fall. And with 18 seconds scrap time, Splyce, I mean, they're holding on for dear life, it feels like, because when we evaluate that kind of first rotation of Hills, John, it felt very much like Optic Gaming always had spawn control.
Yeah, they had a lot of momentum behind them as well, thanks to Crimsix. But, I mean, if you're Splyce, you're roughly like one hard point down this game. Definitely not out of it just yet. And something good to see from Splyce, it's not like anybody's, playing poorly here. Everybody's around the same area, so it's a team effort for Splyce. Now the battle, as we head back over towards mid-statue, the hard point just spawned up. It's Mad Cat trying to control these statue stairs, looking for alternate angles there to pick the players off of the hill, but Optic Gaming picking up kill after kill after kill. They got good crossfires set up.
It's funny, because to your point, yeah, you're about a hill down, right? You're about a Crimsix play where he gets streaks down. If someone from Splyce can make a similar play, they can easily come back into this one. We'll see now Mad Cat on the hill. There's his first. Looking for potentially more over towards Beer side. Scump lying down. Mad Cat knows it. Switches out his pistol though. Scump will be challenging, but Splyce happy to pick up the free time.
Yeah, and as time starts to wind down, now we're less than 20 seconds remaining. Here's Splyce. You definitely want to start thinking about this next upcoming hardpoint. Last time we were around here, they lost the battles over near the anchor, and they're going to lose it again. Karma takes down Tommy. As now it's going to be Optic Gaming pushing over towards the street side of the map as they start to set up for this upcoming hardpoint.
And this is a huge fight right here. Mad Cat and Bance, they recognize that Karma is still going to be back here. 2 kills come through. Scump's going to get collapsed on. Karma will find one. Is he going to be able to take anyone else down with him staying alive, being a nuisance? His teammates aren't going to spawn on him just yet because Splyce are fully collapsing, but Splyce needs to find this kill quickly. Karma is burning a lot of time on the clock while his teammates are pushing towards him. He finds another kill. Karma making an unbelievable play at the back of the map. Finally falls, and Splyce, though, still spawning out lower dogs.
And Optic Gaming can still fight through the front of this hardpoint. It's Formal fighting through lights here as he's going to be working with Scump. You see them holding the corners, trying to find these angles on the player inside the hardpoint, and now he's going to push through. Now contesting, finds Tommy in the back, puts on some shots, picks up the kill. Optic Gaming break on through. Splyce starting to spawn out. And the most important thing here is look at Crimsix on your minimap. He's already set up inside docks. So yes, Splyce, they found their way back into the game, now only down by 20 points, but Crim's at this upcoming hardpoint.
This scrap time may actually be big here if Splyce is going to be able to get it. You see number 2, Scump, just kind of looks back at the hill and says, maybe I should give this one more shot. I know I have Crim already on the hill. Mad Cat will fall, leaving just one lone player left on the hardpoint, and that, of course, Jerd. And now the game about to be tied up, but as you said, Crim ready and waiting. He's been ready and waiting since 35 seconds for the new hill pop.
Yeah, it was nice for Scump to see if he could stay alive over near the crane side map, because you figure if you hold both sides, as Crim, he's able to find 3. All falls go down for Splyce, as now Optic Gaming can start to rebuild that lead.
And once again, it's Crimsix playing for those streaks. Already has one. Can he find the glide bomb? We said he made an impressive play on the very first hill of the game. Gave his team the advantage. Can he find the streaks? No! Jerd turns around, manages to find the melee, and that will put a stop to any further Crimsix aggression. As it stands, though, hardpoint currently contested. Formal and Jerd, both players in. Formal's going to go for the challenge, and Formal will win as well. Optic Gaming, he'll control again.
And that Jerd beatdown is actually an important engagement in this map. Stops Crim from getting streaks, but still Optic Gaming soaking up time near the hardpoint. It's Crim and Scump inside. Still, of course, a firepower to work here for Crimsix, but Splyce, they found their way back into the game. They're not down by much.
And look what's different in terms of your numbers, right? We said Crim needs a little bit of help. Well, guess who stepped up to join the party? It was none other than Optic Formal, 26 and 16. He himself with almost a minute of hill time, and that is why you're starting to see Optic Gaming now pull away. Of course, now barrels, though it will be controlled by Splyce. Scump flies into the hill, doesn't find the pick, needs to be careful not to get turned on, doesn't, shuts down Bance. Optic now with control.
Yeah, with your AR players playing so well here on a map like London Docks, it just gives your team so much control over the map, and it makes your SMGs feel that much more comfortable. But now we're starting to move towards the closing parts of this game as it's Splyce with control of the beer hardpoint. For now, it's going to be Mad Cat post up over near the statue stairs, able to find some kills, but here comes Karma fighting through the front, takes down Mad Cat, takes down Bance, make it 3 for Karma. One player left alive inside the hill. It's going to be Jerd for Splyce as Karma bought some time and bought some space. But here comes Bance, double nade for him. Splyce still fighting tooth and nail to climb back into this game.
Now there's still 20 seconds left, but again, look at your minimap. Already Optic Gaming thinking about that rotation. They've been one step ahead every single time the hills have popped. It's a chess game for them, and well, they're a grandmaster, that's for sure. Now looking at Formal's perspective, of course, a couple of players from Splyce starting to push around. He could have a 3-piece of his own. Not going to happen. The crowd starting to get the energy behind their squad. The Let's Go Optic chants begin.
But it's a 4-point game. Splyce have found their way back into the game, and just adding on to your point, a large in part of reason why Optic Gaming have had such an early position of the majority of these hard points has been Crim6. Every time I look at the map, the guy's rotated so early, trusting his teammates to hold on to the previous hard point, but now kills starting to be traded. Back and forth we go as we're at the Ukraine hardpoint. Optic Gaming with early control as they're looking to get closer and closer to closing this one out.
And this is where it gets scary for Splyce because their hand is almost forced. You have Optic Gaming at 220 points. There's 27 seconds left on the hill. And Crim picks up a double. He's charging for a triple as well. Calm down, you psychopath. He finally falls, but damage done. Optic Gaming still with spawn, still with hill control, and still earning a ton of points. Karma flies down into the hill. Splyce again trying to bombard the hill with as many tacticals as they can, but Karma isn't going down without a fight. Finally, Splyce break it, but there's still an Optic Gaming pinch.
Splyce fought so hard for 10 seconds of that hard point. Right, Optic Gaming, they get the majority of the time, and now they're fighting for mid-map control. It's Tommy fighting over near Beer, takes down Karma, and if you're Splyce, you need to recognize a little bit earlier than that Optic can no longer win on that hard point. You need to invest some time into a setup here at mid.
And this is where it gets so tough, because you have to make sure you don't give away enough points for Optic Gaming to win on mid-hill. You need to contest it, but you also need to make sure you control the bus side of the map. You need those bus spawns if you're going to have any chance whatsoever of coming back in this game, because Optic Gaming are just going to trade kills. There's Crim with a triple with a fighter pilot.
Yeah, finally he decides to call that one in. 28-23 with 2 minutes, 16 seconds inside the hardpoint. Crim6 is doing it all, and of course, Formal stepping up towards the end. Optic Gaming, 5 more points for them to work, 7 more points for them to close this one out. Small contest here coming in from Splyce. It's Scump playing around side the hardpoint. Formal helping him out there. Optic Gaming, they're going to close this one out right here, right now. Ben, we're going to game 5.
Yes, we are indeed. Bants with 1, but it doesn't matter. Optic Gaming level it up. And that will, of course, give us a St. Marie du Mans search and destroy.